I woke up to a storm. That was the last memory I had before I woke up in hospital.
Obviously that left tricky conditions on the way to work for Steve in the morning.
It was a very early call on the 18th of July to Ongar. We found motorcyclists lying in the middle of the road, and it's not uncommon. A third of our calls is road accidents and probably half of those tend to be motorcyclists. We found him in quite a bad way. He wasn't fully alert, so he was a little bit confused when we got there, but it was quite evident there was something wrong with his breathing, so we knew we had to act fast.
My dad just came in my room and said, "You need to wake up, because there's police downstairs and Steve's been in an accident." Policeman said he can take us. Ran out the door and we picked up Lorraine.
It was just really surreal. I've never known a journey go so quick, but in another way it went so slow.
I got a text from Beck, and it was quite a blunt text. Steve's crashed his bike, he's in a coma. I'm pretty sure I spoke to her and heard the blues in the background.
We got there finally. He'd broken his pelvis, he'd torn his liver, he'd collapsed his lungs, he'd broken his spine, he'd broke his elbow, he'd broke his femur. It sounded so painful and so serious, but they would the way they were talking, it calmed me down. You see it on the films and stuff, and you see it on TV, but it doesn't, when it's the person you love there, it doesn't do it justice. I'm going to start crying, I don't want to cry.
I never thought ever that we were going to lose Stephen. I felt totally confident that we were never going to lose him. I was just worried about what effect it would have on him in the long run.
He contracted pneumonia, so he had to be taken into intensive care and put back into an induced coma. That was probably the worst day, because I felt like everything was going forwards until that point, and then he went backwards.
I asked him one day, "Who is Becca?" And he said, "Well, she says she's my girlfriend."
For a good 10 days, he was like, "I don't know where I am."
Having this realisation of you need to live life now. The last thing I knew was that I was just going to be going to work. Next thing you know, I'm in hospital for 2 weeks and I don't have any memory of anything. A year and a half later, I'm still not back at full-time work. I go back to full-time work next week.
You get in this mindset of it won't be me kind of thing, and he's always forever banging on about it till you should wear a back protector. He's got his spoiler thing, which I've never seen anyone else wear on the road, and even the paramedics commented that they've never seen one of them. When we done our air ambulance day with Joe and Kieran and that, they said they'd never seen it, so he is Captain Safe, and he had this much damage done with all that stuff, and it's quite scary. Steve was ridiculously lucky. First person on scene was a fireman, wasn't it? So they had some first aid training. And he crashed outside a policewoman's house, so she was pretty good with it as well. And obviously without the help of the air ambulance, the nearest hospital's probably 45 minutes away from there.
The Essex and Herts Air Ambulance Trust is able to bring a lot of the procedures that would normally take place in the emergency department to the scene of an accident. So we can get in there early and give that patient the life-saving procedures they need. In Steve's case, he wasn't breathing effectively and we needed to take that over for him and also make those holes in his chest to relieve those collapsed lungs. It really can mean the difference between life and death.
It's just so strange because it's kind of come round in a full circle.
6 weeks prior to this, we'd just raised around about £4,500 for the Essex Air Ambulance, doing a motorcycle trip around the UK, and realising that that was the exact reason why I was still here.
By saving Steve's life, they changed my life, because they gave us the opportunity to have a future together. I can't thank them enough.
I had a previous girlfriend who had a horse accident. One of our riders, Adam, he had a dirt bike accident, and then they also have saved me. I cannot put it any clearer on how important they are, because without them, our lives would be very different.
It's it's been great to see Steve today. Steve's paid us a visit at the airbase and told us about his journey to recovery. He's quite a remarkable young chap. We're flying a couple of times a day on each aircraft, so we see a lot of patients, and some of those patients come back to see us, and it is great when they do get to see that all the work and effort that everybody puts in the organisation, it all comes together, it all makes sense.
Just meeting the team that saved me. Sammy, the doctor, Laurie, the paramedic, and Nick, the pilot. And within a few minutes, they had a call out, so it just shows how urgent they are needed. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have made it.
I don't think he would have come out as well if it wasn't for the people that turned up on the scene who were trained in emergency procedures and the air ambulance. So I say thank you to whoever gave him that luck on that day.